everyone! My name is Anya and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a coconut wax candle. So let's start it. To begin with, the supplies that we're going to need for this coconut wax 8-ounce candle would be the actual vessel. We're also going to need a little cup to mix our fragrances and the scale. We also going to be using a warning label with instructions on how to make a candle, a little double sticker for the wick and an actual wick, the wick holder, and this stirring stick to mix the wax with the fragrance. So now let's actually make a candle. This is going to be an 8-ounce coconut wax candle with 12.5% of fragrance, which is the highest possible amount of fragrance you can use for this wax as well. This candle also gonna be equal to all the top brands candle that use really high fragrance percentage. So in other words, you're gonna have very powerful cold and hot stroke. So we're gonna start by applying our warning label. This is important because it tells you an instruction on how to burn the candle properly, how not to put your house on fire, and gives you a really useful tip about trimming your wick. Let's go ahead and apply the label on the bottom of the jar. Perfect. Now we're gonna move to our wick part. There are plenty of different sizes of the wicks that exist in candle making. I'm using number 7 CD wick for the 3-inch across diameter of the jar. If I would use much smaller wick, like 4 or 3, what's gonna happen, my candle is gonna create a hole in the middle of the vessel and it's gonna tunnel down. The rest of the wax is gonna stay on the rims and pretty much you're just gonna waste your whole candle. If your wick is way too big, you're gonna have an opposite effect. Your candle is gonna be overburning, your glass is gonna be overheated. If it's overheated, it can pretty much easily can catch on fire. So choosing the proper size of the wick is really important. You can also check the website and measure the diameter of the custom vessel you have and see what sizes of the wicks we recommend to use. It's gonna go ahead and apply the wick to the jar. So I have this little glue dot. It's very convenient, it's really clean to use. It's just gonna help you to stick your wick to the glass. So I'm gonna take off the paper and take the wick to the glue dot, take another paper off. Now it's ready to be centered in your jar. And this is the part where you pretty much just eyeball the centering part. Once you think it's nice and centered, you can go ahead and push the metal part down with your fingers so your wick stays tough and strong. In order to keep it centered, I'm also gonna use a wick holder. So pretty much I'm just gonna stick the wick in a wick holder, make sure it's also centered, nice and straight. The wick has to be straight at all times so you don't have the an even burn and your candle doesn't only burn from one side. So this would be an important step for you here. Before you start adding fragrances into the wax, what we want to consider is that all the products that you use in like oils and stuff, fragrances, those are flammable products. So if you use too much of an oil for your candle is gonna instantly catch on fire and pretty much, it's gonna be a fire hazard. If you use too little of fragrance for your candle, you're not gonna be able to smell the fragrance. It's gonna be way too light and not gonna be able to enjoy your combination. As I mentioned, we're using 12.5%, which is the highest possible amount. All you need to know is your fragrance percentage that you decided to use. We are using 12.5 and the total fill of your vessel. This is 8 ounces. We're making an 8-ounce candle. So the formula for this candle is 7 ounces of wax and 1 ounce of fragrance. If you just keep this formula in mind, you'll be easily able to find out how much fragrance you need for a nice and good stroke for your candles. Honestly, this is one of the most exciting parts, is creating your own combination, your own blend for your candle. By the way, on our website we have more than hundreds of different fragrances, and on the description of them you can find the notes of each one. I'm gonna go with the 50-50 blend today, and really convenient. I can just eyeball the 50-50 part here. If you're creating specific formula, I would use the scale for this and make sure you're on the right side for your blend. And add in a little bit of fleur de orange. So pretty. Alright. So once I have the fragrance ready, I'm just gonna mix it together. You can just use like a stirring stick, a coffee stick. And let's see. Amazing. Very fresh, crisp, uplifting. Mix the fragrance and the wax together for a few seconds. And then you can make also, if you're using a paper cup, little nose with your cup so it's easier to pour. If you're doing the measuring part here, measuring cup, perfect. So I just pour the candle. Our 8-ounce candle with 12.5% of fragrance and our 100% natural coconut wax. The best thing to do now is just to leave it in the room temperature for about 5 to 6 hours to dry completely. And once it's dry, you're just gonna go ahead and trim your wick with scissors, and your candle is pretty much will be ready to be burned and enjoyed. And I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I hope that was useful for you as well. And good luck with making candles. Bye!